Hey everybody, it's Tim from your AI Wizards. Welcome to the 11th, already the 11th episode of Live and Found. It's just me today. Joy is on a well-deserved break. Today we're going to talk a little about future-proofing your AI visibility. And what we're doing is we're planting the signals that grow into 2026. So we've talked a lot about this fall, about getting ready for 2026 and beyond. So today we're going to actually break that down. And it's time to do it now in the fall if you want to future proof your business for 2026. Because here's the truth, most businesses treat visibility like the holidays. They scramble through fall, pour energy into Thanksgiving, those Thanksgiving promotions, those Christmas campaigns, those last year, end of the year, New Year pushes. And then before the ball drops on New Year's Eve, they're already in reset mode. But AI does not reset. It remembers what you do now, this quarter, the remainder of 2025, sets the signals that AI carries forward. Think of it like your garden. Many of us have gardens, and this is the time of the year where we start prepping for the spring. Well, that's what we're doing now. You don't wait until the very last second to get your garden ready and do it right before you want something to grow. You prepare now in the fall. And today we're going to walk you through how to prepare your soil, plant the right signals, and grow into the year ahead. So why does autumn matter? So let's talk about the timing. Right now, everyone's calendars are packed. We know budgets are getting finalized. Year-end campaigns are in full swing. People are looking ahead to 2026. You probably have even bought some pre-Halloween candy, the candy you eat before the actual holiday. And it's tempting to think, I'll just get through the holidays and then I'll deal with visibility in January. But here's the reality. AI isn't on your calendar, meaning it's not on your calendar, but it's on your calendar as it's time to do this. It's already scanning, learning, storing everything it can about your business. If your signals are weak, inconsistent, missing, AI doesn't pause and wait for you. It just builds its map with or without you. And that's why what you want to do in this quarter is it's not a checklist, it's foundational of what you want to do. Imagine two businesses side by side. One updates their listings, publishes clear content, adds schema before the end of the year. The other one waits until January. Guess who AI is already favoring in search results the time spring rolls around? It's the early planner, of course, the one who didn't wait. If you haven't updated your listings since 2019, guess what? AI already has half forgotten you. It also is probably half forgotten you by 2026 if you don't start planning now. So this fall, the question isn't whether you can find time, it's whether you can afford not to. So let's look at structured clarity. Now, how do you plant the right seeds? It comes down to that structured clarity. Businesses that thrive in AI don't rely on guesswork or trendy hacks. They give AI signals that can't be misinterpreted. Let's break it down into three parts. We've talked about it a lot. We're going to talk about it again. Schema. Think of schema like it's your business card. It's your business card in AI's language. Without it, AI guesses who you are. And with it, AI knows exactly who you are, what you do, and where you're located. Imagine introducing yourself at a networking event and not having a name tag. Schema is your name tag, and it's permanent. So let's talk a little bit about entity consistency. This is making sure that your business name, your services, your locations are the same everywhere. So your Google business profile, your Apple Maps, your Yelp, all have the same social handles. Inconsistency is like telling one person your name is Tim and another person your name is Tom. and that you have your name tag says something completely different, like Charles. AI starts to think you're 2 or 3 different businesses, and it loses trust in you if it can't get that consistent message. And of course, you want your clear conversational content, like we've been talking about. Write like your customers ask. If someone in Colorado Springs needs a family lawyer, they're not going to type in a Google search like trusted advocate for justice or their AI search for trusted advocate for justice. They search for Colorado Springs family lawyer. Clarity beats cleverness every single time. These aren't just quick wins. They're trust signals. And that's what we have to realize. They are trust signals and they stack on each other. Month after month, AI comes back, sees that consistency, sees your schema, sees your clarity, and says, I know who this is. And I can definitely recommend them because they are an authority. At the core, AI is asking, who are you and can I trust you? That's the entire game. Who are you and can I trust you? So let's talk about that stacking, those signals that compound. What happens when you put these into practice? Well, they do. They stack on each other, they compound. Think of AI visibility like a garden. And that's kind of the analogy we're running with today. So we're preparing the soil means you're updating your website, you're refreshing your Google business profile, you're claiming your Apple Maps, you're doing the foundational stuff. That's where you want to plant your AI visibility. Your watering and feeding is next. That's publishing your content that is clear. Is it consistent? Is it conversational? Are you answering the questions in the way that people ask them? That's the nutrients. That's how AI grows the trust. And then, of course, you're fertilizing for growth. You're adding FAQs. You're adding blogs. You're adding those answers that real customers question, creating fresh entry points for AI to grab onto, hold onto, and get you recommended. Over time, the signals sprout into stronger visibility. AI begins to choose you as the reliable answer. And that's what you want. You want to be the authority, that reliable answer. But here's the kicker. AI doesn't forget, but people do. Schema labels stay attached. Inconsistencies stay there as well. And they can hold you back for months, even years, if you don't fix them right. So now is the time to do that. Fix now to be visible later. By the time 2026 arrives, you don't want to be scrambling for that attention. You don't want AI to already see that you're unestablished. You want to be established, trustworthy. You want to be the expert, the one that harvests first when someone asks for help. You want to be the guy that AI picks, or gal, I'm sorry. And that harvest doesn't stop in January. The work you do now will carry forward to 2026, 2027, and beyond. So what do we need to do now? What should we do before the end of the year? What should we do now before the end of the month? If you only plant 3 seeds, I would make them these. Like we said last week, audit your top pages for clarity. Make sure in the first 100 words, you clearly state who you are, what you do, and where you do it. First 100 words. If those aren't in the first 25 words, I would say you're missing the mark. So make sure you do that audit and make sure you get your clarity in there. Check your listings. Make sure your information is correct across Google, Apple, and other directories. It takes a few minutes, and it just takes a few minutes to fix. If you're going to do your Apple Maps, I'd get it started now because you want to get that consistency in. And add or update your schema, like we've talked about before, on one page. Start with your local business page, then maybe go to your FAQ page, go to your blog page, go to your, but start with that local business page first. But what happens if you have done those, and that's great, Congratulations, you're doing a great job. And let's give you 2 other seeds to plant. Let's start posting consistently on social. Aim for at least 3 times per week. But if you can only do once per week, that's okay. Just be consistent. And what we mean by consistent is be consistent in day, in time, and in tone and theme. Bottom line is one consistent post per week is better than inconsistently posting. 3 this week, maybe you don't do any next week, then you do 1 the following week, and then you wait until the end of the month and you wish everybody happy Halloween. That does not give you the consistency AI is looking for. So pick a day once a week, like Wednesday, like today, or even a Saturday, just as long as you are consistent. One couple of things I would recommend is LinkedIn is your authority in AI. So if you're going to do a post and you're trying to reach businesses and people, LinkedIn is your authority post. Facebook is good, but LinkedIn is better. And you want to be consistent with the date and the time, like we talked about. Make sure you also do a Google business profile each week. And you can make it slightly different than your LinkedIn, your Facebook posts, so that it doesn't become redundant. Google likes it, has its own set of ways it looks, and Gemini does, and Google Business Profile is going to help you do that. So maybe do a slight variation of the same theme. And just try to do 1 blog each month. Each one is a new seedling, and together they show AI that you're active and reliable. The best blog post is in the next few weeks, a blog that shows your authority. So that's that authority blog we talked about last week. This authority blog is huge. It shows that you are the expert, and it shows AI that you are the one to trust. The authority blog could be answering the single most common question that you get asked, or if you can't think about it, a top 5 mistakes after a fender bender, or how AI mislabels your business, or something like that. Just something to show that you're authority. Because when you write it once, AI can reuse that answer hundreds and hundreds of times. So what are we doing? We're looking ahead. As we enter the final quarter, remember this: AI visibility isn't seasonal. It's not a campaign that ends on New Year's Eve. In fact, September 2025, during the antitrust testimony, Google admitted that the open web is in rapid decline. That means AI isn't relying on the old signals that it used to. It's relying on clarity, consistency, and structure. And now is the time to make yourself clear, consistent, and structured. And that's why you want to plant now. So next week, we're going to map a little further into this. We're going to do an AI visibility blueprint for 2026 and beyond. And it's going to give you a year-long plan that'll help you in the rest of this year and into 2026. So remember, AI doesn't reset when the calendar flips. It remembers. The signals you plant this fall become the harvest you have for AI in 2026. So don't wait until January to play catch up. Start playing today, and when 2026 comes, you'll already be the one AI trusts and harvests. If you want help, book your consultation with Your AI Wizards at www.youraiwizards.com. Click the consult button, comment below, follow us on LinkedIn, Facebook, and X, and leave a comment there if you want to as well. We'll get back to you, and we'll show you how to exactly future-proof your signals and what steps you need to create that momentum. All right, we'll see you next week for your AI blueprint. Until then, keep planting the right signals, and you'll be found first. Have a great day, and we'll see you then.